really cool. So you're a mechanic?
Yeah, it's Ford.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, where did you study the mechanic school?
Laurie McDonald is called.
Oh, okay. Is that St. Leonard or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in English.
Yeah, I wanted to go to mechanic school too when I was like in high school, and that. My mother said, "Oh no, we'll go to university, and then you can try something after." But then once I did that, I was like, I guess I'll try this. So then it became a hobby for me. Where do you want to go, Elton?
I was gonna say, are you going down to the 20 like you always do, or you want to do something different?
We could do.
I was gonna say
Norman. Norman would be good too.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want.
You don't like this area. You don't like driving. I was gonna say, go to Côte Saint Luc. Too many bad drivers, right? What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I like it.
You're probably the third person to sit in that back seat in 50 years.
But the Dasher reminds me a bit of the Mustang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. 65,
And all
60, 67.
Chevrolets, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Elton, but most of the Chevrolets, like in that era, have shared this kind of horizontal speedometer and very.
The shape of it. Yeah.
My grandfather had a Chevy 2 in 1967, and I remember it had the same dashboard with the ignition here, and the horn ring and the Chevrolet symbol. Like this was shared among Chevrolet products. I also added the oil pressure gauge. It's a mechanical oil pressure and the temperature, but the temperature sender screwed up, so it's not actually working now. But this is mechanical, so it always works. So I have a pressure line right up to the bottom. Reverse and neutral, and that's it.
That's it. So how do you stop the car?
You have your parking brake.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. So you
better be working.
You make sure your parking brake's working, because there's no backup.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there were a lot of cars like that.
Wow.
And same with the brake system. There's one line that spreads to the four wheels. So if you have a brake leak, you lose all your brakes. So you got to make sure your car's
Tip-top shape.
Tip-top shape. Yeah. So that's why when I got it, I was like, okay, I'm changing all the lines. Everything gets really had them crooked. When I got the car, I had to like fix stuff up that he had put in crooked. So it's kind of neat because the fact that it's been in the family for 50 years.
Yeah.
Now this crossing right here, buddy. Okay, this crossing, this is only commuter trains. This is Montreal West that's next to here. And they're so busy during the week at rush hour that they have to have 2 cops on both streets to watch everybody to make sure that they're not getting run over by a train or whatever cars.
What's neat is it sounds like a bigger engine, it makes more noise and stuff like that than it's just a 6-cylinder engine. It's got a low rumble to it. Yeah, you just don't want to use it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I also have a motorcycle as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he just bought a Harley.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a big one or what?
A soft tail.
Okay. I don't know much about motorcycles, but so how many cc is it?
It's 1450.
Oh wow, okay, so that's a big one.
Yeah. It's like the full size one. I'm gonna explain it.
Oh yeah.
And
things like new Yamahas or whatever, Japanese stuff I have zero interest in, but
no, because I went to like an old motorcycle show. They had like a British bikes.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Like the Triumph and
that's it.
and Royal Enfields and
BSA, you know that?
Yeah, BSA, yeah.
What does BSA stand for anyway? It must mean British something. British Standard Alliance, I don't know what.
BSA, I think they made cars too, didn't they, maybe?
I don't know, I don't think so. I know they didn't seem to last though. They didn't seem to be able to compete with Triumph and Norton and all that.
Yeah, well one got bought out by the other eventually. Appreciate the mushy
See, Nick, this is where we came off the 20. The 20 is right down here.
Yeah, all I did was to put those top nuts, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I would have to pull the motor out.
Oh, jeez.
Take it out, weld it. But the thing is, when I went to go look at that car, I didn't know much. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I was young.
Yeah.
I really, I wanted a Mustang 5-liter
Yeah.
notchback.
Yeah. So he kind of got you in a way.
Yeah,
But you got a good price on it?
yeah, that was the price. At the time, I thought it was fair, but when I look at it today, it was like the best deal ever. Because my car was mainly stock. And those cars, they're known to get heavily modified.
Oh, really?
So my car, if you look at it, it looks like it's all original.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I like about it.
You know, I just realized another thing I like about this Corvair. Same as your Mustang. I love it when it's on the highway and it's going, and it's just the sound is just beautiful. It floats.
Especially the accelerating.
Ah, yeah. This car is the same way. I don't like in the city. It's just, you know, stop and go. It's not the same.
They're not made to be putting in the city.
No.
You want to do that and get a little 4-cylinder city car, you know.
And also, my car was an accidented car.
Oh, okay.
So you can see the body in the front does not really match up that well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But other than that, it's a complete car.
Yeah.
You
Well, you
know,
fix all these things as you go along.
Yeah. It's just.
And you repainted it?
No, I don't know. It's original paint.
That's original paint?
Yeah.
And it was accidented?
Yeah.
Really?
So the front fenders and hood and whatever, they don't match the rest of the car.
So it was repainted
In the front.
in the front only, okay.
Anything back, it's all original paint.
Got a good pull now, eh?
Man, seriously, love it. I never felt this car or heard it run so well.
What's neat is it's very low, this car. Like the center of gravity is very low. The engine, you know, is way down low, and when you're next to like a, you know, a little Prius or something like that, and they're sitting way up, you know.
I don't even think your car ran that good when we went to Chambly. That was the last time I rode in it, I think.
Actually, it runs better because I fixed that wire. That was a resistance wire.
Right. La résistance.
But did you ever have any other?
Hey, you know what you could do?
Morris.
Why
Why
don't you turn down here
Yeah.
and go on St. Patrick and go on St.
Like,
Patrick
well-
West? No?
What is this?
Can we go back on St. Patrick West and come out?
That we're on now?
No, this is Notre Dame. That's a dead end. Well, almost.
Or if I go up on here, can I get on the expressway?
I think so. Remember we went on here with your dad's Vista Cruiser?
I'm gonna try that then. I think I'm gonna make a U-turn here.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is taking you into Saint Henri or...
A nice wide one here.
Holy schmoly.
Did the door open?
Slightly.
If you didn't close it, open the door.
I thought I did.
Guy looks just as old as his van, if not more.
Not surprising, eh? Kind of funny though, when you pass through these streets with these really old apartment buildings, you know, back in the day, even when they were new, this is what people had. They had cheap cars like this. They had Ramblers and Chevy 210s and, you know.
Yeah, but not many Corvairs. There weren't a lot, especially.
Oh, there were a lot of Corvairs. Sure there were. What makes you say that?
Well, it wasn't a big sales hit like, you know, Ford Falcon and stuff like that, or the Chevy 2. You saw a lot of those. You look at old pictures, right? What did you see? You didn't see. You'd see the odd one here and there, but it wasn't.
Oh, maybe you're right.
It was unconventional, you know. And the problem is when they would bring these cars, people owned them when they were new, you'd bring them to the Chevy dealer, and the Chevy dealer weren't even sure how to use them, you know?
Oh, shit.
How to fix them, you know? So, if you bring it to your local garage, they didn't know what to do. They weren't used to balancing two carburetors. They didn't know about the air shielding that had to be in good shape, about the ducts that have to be able to open if they don't open and they're jammed. What would happen is someone would back up in the winter, bend the sheet metal, and then the ducts wouldn't open and the car would overheat. You know, like, and nobody knew that stuff, right? And
yeah, so in other words, if you own one of these, you better be mechanically inclined,
you
or
gotta
else,
know what you're doing.
Yeah, or you got to know a really good mechanic that he's your friend practically, and he's going to care for this thing like it's like it's his.
Pay him.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just yeah, like it's just high maintenance. They're high maintenance cars. It's not not high maintenance like a Mercedes, BMW, but it's just. It's just a different technology. It's a different setup. It's just there's nothing conventional about these cars except for certain parts like these wipers and you know the whatever the mirrors. All this stuff is standard, but mechanically it's look at that, eh? You see this, Ed? Look.
I know. Every weekend.
Every weekend?
Every weekend he puts his junk out there.
Oh man, must be a ramasseur.
But all of these, the hot air is, you can just feel it pouring, like blasting out. That's the hot air. So it's sucking in, sucking cold air and blowing out. And that's, so the crankshaft is turning, it's the belt is turned, and it's sucking air from there. That's the air intake for the carburetors, right? And, really, really cool. All the fuel lines, like that's the fuel pump, so it splits to the two carburetors. And the line, this line here, is a nickel copper line, and that runs off the oil housing to give me oil protector.
Thank you for flying Corvair Airlines.